Hey everyone, and welcome to Whitey365. I'm Whitey Reed, joined here by Bill Burnett, the owner of Success Studio on Ivy Road. And Bill, you know, we were talking about some really interesting things earlier. I thought you were talking about how maybe what worked for a high school athlete may not necessarily work for that high school athlete maybe 15, 20 years later on down the road when he decides to get back into the gym after, you know, a long hiatus. Could you expand on that a little bit more if you could?
All right, so let's think about what happens as we age. You know, our bodies change, our lifestyles have changed. I mean, what we do now, we sit most of our day, we use handheld devices, we use laptops, things that change our posture, change how our body functions. If we think about just that, the thought of coming into the gym, doing something that we did when we were 18, 20 years old probably isn't going to work. And the knowledge level inside of most facilities these days is much greater than that. And you know, when I talk to people about coming to the gym, the first thing I try to tell them is that if you have a Lexus, you don't pull it into the backyard like you used to with a car with points and plugs and work on it. You take it to the Lexus dealership and have them work on it. We've been gifted with a Ferrari, you know, and so we want to have somebody that actually knows how to take that Ferrari and make it work the way it's supposed to so you can get the most out of it. Our bodies are the Ferrari, and so, you know, when you look at it, you think about posture, when you think about core strength, when you think about leg strength and all of those things that have to come into allowing our body to function correctly. You want to get some instruction. I'm really how I'm making sure that people get help. You know, don't go into the gym, think I know how to do it, I've read a magazine or a book and now I'm going to go on my own and do it, because there's too many nuances that come into play when you're trying to, you know, to make that fitness step. Let somebody guide you down the path. That's what, you know, trainers are supposed to do. That's what their job is. Most of them are very passionate about it, and they can help you get to that next level without injury, and that's a big thing that you want to do. It's not so somebody can tell you how many reps to do or something, so they can guide you through your journey without injury, and you can continue to make progress.
What would be like a quick example of something that somebody used to do in high school that's no longer applicable, you know, 10 or 15 years later?
Let's think about something simple like jumping jacks. Jumping jacks, right? High impact. You know, so I've been sitting for 20 years, so all of a sudden now I'm going to just take all my body weight, move it in and out. If I'm, say, 20 pounds overweight on my frame, I haven't moved, I'm too tight, you know, and as I jump out, I watch my knees cave in, my core falls in, and my shoulders drop. You know, all those things need to be fixed before we go into that jumping jack. That's something simple, basic, you know, doesn't seem like it would hurt anything. Over time, you might be able to get away with it the first or second workout, but over time, knees are going to start to bother you, hips are going to start to bother you, back's going to start to bother you, shoulders are going to start to bother you. You're not going to understand why. You're going to think it's the working out that did it. It's the lack of preparation to be ready to work out is the problem. So if we can get somebody so that the structure is ready for exercise, and then you go into those normal things that you would have done back then, you could probably do them, but you have to get ready to do them, and that's where the big difference comes in.
Damn, well, I'm going to stay away from those jumping jacks, Bill. Well, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week for another tip.
All right, great. I look forward to it.
Thanks a lot, Bill.